Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beaconhouse Old Student Society Boss Memory Lane. Beaconhouse Boss is all about building a community together. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is Dr. Muhammad Tariq Choudry, a highly accomplished doctor with an extensive career across Pakistan and Australia. He began his educational journey at Beaconhouse Qasimabad Campus, Hyderabad, and graduated in year 1991. After completing his medical degree from LMC, Dr. Chaudhry worked at JPMC and AKU in Karachi. He then completed a master's in health sciences research at the University of South Australia and passed his license exam. He further did his physician training in the Queen Elizabeth Hospital and also specialized in child health. He has published research work on stroke and waterborne disease as well. We are excited to have him today with us to share his insights and experiences. Welcome, Dr. Chaudhry, to Beacon House Boss Memory Lane. Dr. Tariq Chaudhry, let's take a trip down memory lane. Tell us an interesting experience or a fondest memory at Beacon House.
Day one, when my mom took me to the school, um, I took admission in grade three. That's when I started. On the gate was standing our Miss Dodana Butt. She was welcoming all the new students, and so she welcomed me and, of course, my sisters. In those 1980s, there was a great trend for autograph. Everybody used to have a autograph book. So yeah, other than that, there are a lot of moments which happen as well. Yes,
Mhm.
some small, some big. Yes.
Alright. Dr. Tariq, if you have to describe your school life in three words, what would that be and why?
So the best thing I liked about the school is everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody's difficulties and ordeals. So I would say it was like a family. That's one thing I'm going to say. And the second thing is that they were welcoming. Definitely, they were welcoming. They were very receptive to the students. Third, I'm going to say it was fun because Beacon House was a school where was the only school I would say that I really enjoyed going a lot. I was eager to go. Yeah, you said three words. I think I said a lot of words. So that's how it is. Yes.
Doc- Dr. Tariq, as they say that in school you make friends for life, would you like to name few and any incident related to your friendship?
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
Right.
um, uh, One thing I think I'm really thankful to Beacon House. I think I still have those friends with me. I'm in touch with at least quite a few with them, quite a lot of them actually. Most of them have moved out. I would say 99% have moved out. Some are in Lahore, some Islamabad, some are even outside the country. Thankfully, we have maintained a relationship where we are in touch with each other on the phones. And I go to Lahore. One of my best friends is in Lahore, who I met in Beacon House, and he was also my neighbor as well, incidentally. And as far as you said, incidences, I don't know. There are a lot of incidences. I'm not sure which one I'm allowed to talk or not.
All right.
Um,
Okay,
on
which
my,
which group you were part of? Nerds, backbenchers.
when I was in class three, I guess, or class four, we used to have this music class. So one day, I think my friend, I don't know if I should name him or not. He would say, "Why did you name me in this incident?" And one of my cousin, he was also with me in those days. We decided to bunk the music class, and so we said, "Okay, we got to do this." And I think at that time, bunking felt like you were having a medal. You have done something,
All
adventurous.
right.
So we decided, okay, we found a place. We're gonna go the same old school building that we're gonna go. We're gonna hide next to the guardhouse, next to the gate. There are hedges. We hid. We felt proud. We were scared. What if our moms they will come to know about it? We realized the place we were hiding was not really a good hiding place. And
Right.
one of our I think class girl colleague, yeah, she came, I remember, and she said, "What are you boys doing here?" So he said, "No, we are doing nothing." We asked her that, "What are you girls doing here? Because you're supposed to have music class." So I still remember her expression. She said, "Music teacher to aayi nahi." So we all playing
Oh,
outside. That bunk was a successful failure, I would say that.
आपको टीचर्स के नाम याद हैं कुछ? Would you like to name few?
मिस अनवर होती थी, मिस राना, मिसेस अली नवाज, मैडम सितवत भी थी, मिसेस नौशीन, जो हमें साइंस पढ़ाती थी, मिसेस शबीर, मिस्टर शबीर, her husband, Mr. Shabir was a junior mistress. Amna Kadir, जो थी, Mrs. Amna Kadir, she was the principal as well, and she taught us apparently as a as a substitute teacher as well. Our teachers were quite superbly professional. I remember that. Strict भी होते थे और अगर if our teacher used to scold us, so our mums had my mom had enough confidence to tell me that you must have done something wrong. That's why she scolded you. So,
Were you part of extracurricular activities at Beacon House?
well, I was not, to be honest, I was not much into sports at that time. And sports was very much in infancy when I joined the school. As I tell you, I was probably the second or third batch in my school. The sporting activities were really quite much in infancy. But yes, whatever was happening, like debating, I was there, and projects, science projects. I was doing things with very famous project. I think आजकल भी बच्चे करते हैं, make that circuit and make that bulb light. Um, and the thing, everybody should bring an orange and a torch, earth, the sun, how it works.
डॉक्टर तारिक आपके siblings भी थे? Beacon House में comparison होता था? You had siblings also in school at that
I,
time?
I have uh, I have four sisters. I'm the second last. But by the time Beacon House came in Hyderabad, I think three of my sisters were already in college level. They were quite older than me. But my younger sister, she studied in Beacon House.
So आपका comparison होता था?
Comparison, no, because she was too small, I would say that. She joined Beacon House in kindergarten, with, those nurseries and KGs. She was there, and then I think she moved to Beacon House, Lahore.
Dr. Tariq, what aspect of your school life which you really miss nowadays?
So the atmosphere was really comfortable. It was more like a family, and we were friends. We were going to each other's birthday parties, which I know everybody does it, and everybody knew everybody's parents as well. So it was like a very intense network at that time, and Beacon also helped me discover my personality actually and my character. What am I? Who am I? I was a great class three student. Class three के बच्चे कुछ भी नहीं पता होता, चुप होके बैठा होता है at that time.
Right.
I think I've blossomed a lot in Beacon House. I had an opportunity to speak, to ask more questions, which I couldn't do before.
All right. So, right now, the profession you are in, what is one thing which you really love about your profession and how Beacon House has impacted your life?
I'm a doctor by profession, so I think the one thing which I love about my profession is definitely absolute gratification. Putting in a lot of efforts to make someone's life better and getting that return that that person is going back to his life. That's how I see my profession.
How profound. Dr. Tariq, I mean, the profession you are in and nowadays, we have a lot of stress. How do you unwind or deal with stress?
You just learn to balance it. You got to find your own threshold. Okay, this is how much I can do. This is how much I can't do. Which you can't do anything about it. It's not in your hands. About my stress, I think I've got a great family. I got two boys, and I spend a lot of time with them. I would say that we do a lot of activities together.
So, Dr. Tariq, the profession you are in, and how do you see it in years to come, especially in Pakistan?
The profession which I'm working here in Pakistan, I think it needs a lot of improvement. I'll be very honest about it. They need to introduce a welfare system over here. This is how I see it. As I said, I work in Hyderabad. It's not really a high-profile city as Karachi or Lahore, and I get to see a lot of patients from interior Sindh. and it breaks my heart to see their living conditions, their socioeconomic factor. They can introduce these online consultations, and facilitate them. Some are doing it in Karachi, I know that, but it's still clearly lacking in the rural areas. They should really introduce the welfare system that would really empower people to look after their health in a better way.
In the end, what pearls of wisdom would you like to share with the young minds of Beacon House across the globe?
So what I'm going to say is just I just want the students to be themselves. They don't need to be somebody. They don't need to be anybody. Every individual has their own personality, and I want to tell all these upcoming students: school is like a nursery, like a plant nursery. You are. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have failures. All right, because there is room where you can correct yourself and move forward. But as your life progresses from school to college and come into practical life, the room to make mistakes is quite limited. So I think in school they must do whatever they feel like they want to do and blossom and shine, whatever their personality is. Yes, that's how I see it. Just what I mean is I want the students to not to just sit down quietly, just be yourself.
On this positive note, be yourself. We end our boss memory lane. Thank you so much, Dr. Tariq, for joining in. Appreciate it.
Beacon House Old Student Society, POS, building a community together.